Hello children, welcome back to your English class and welcome back to learning. Hope you all staying safe and healthy. Today we are going to see a new chapter, chapter 4 and part 1 from your book page 53 to 55. In this video we are going to look at a new chapter, chapter 4 part 1 from your book page 53 to 55. So all of you take your English book, along with it all of you take your English note. Nobody should watch this video without taking your book. You have to keep your book and you have to follow your book. Okay children? So let's move on. Chapter 4. The topic of our lesson is an uncomfortable bed. Okay? Read with me, an uncomfortable bed. So uncomfortable means the opposite of comfortable. Okay, when we sleep we want to be feel comfortable, right? Then only we will get a good sleep. But in this story the topic is little different. An uncomfortable bed. The bed is not comfortable. It is an interesting story. So let's see about the author. Turn your book to page number 56. Okay, turn your book to page number 56. The name of the author is Guy de Maupassant. Okay, actually yes, it is written as Maupassant, Guy de Maupassant, but in the French when we read out we have to read as Maupassant. Okay, this is the author. He is a French writer. Let's read out. G. de Maupassant 1850 to 1893 is widely regarded as the greatest French writer of short stories. Okay, underline, he is a French writer and he is remembered as a master of short story writer. Okay, at the age of 19 he served in Franco-German War and his experiences in the war influenced some of his finest writings. So at his very young age, at the age of 19, he served as a military man. He served in the Franco-German War. Okay, so during the war, what are the experience he got? All those experience he was shown in his writing. He also possessed a deep love of the sea and of rivers, and many of his stories are set by the water. So he loves water and he loves the sea, river and all those things. So most of his writings were influenced by this water. In his short career he published over 300 short stories as well novels, poems and non-fiction. Okay, he has published more than 300 short stories and novels, poems, non-fiction. That means real events and facts. Okay, so in this lesson also we are going to learn about his personal experience which happened in some particular time. Okay, it is a very interesting story. Let's move on. The story at a glance. Let's have a quick look about the story. An Uncomfortable Bed is a story by Guy de Maupassant that explores irony and humor. Okay, it is a funny story written by a French writer, Guy de Maupassant. The story is about an overcautious man who thinks he successfully escaped the practical joke that his friends were planning at his expense. Okay, it is a story about the narrator and he is an overcautious man. That means he is நம்ம எல்லா விஷயத்துக்கும் கேர்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கிறது ஓகே, பட் ஓவர் கேர்ஃபுல்னால் எல்லா விஷயத்துக்கும் ரொம்ப ஓவராக ரியாக்ட் பண்ணுறது. ஓகே, ஓவர் கேஷியஸ் மேன் cautious man who thinks he successfully escaped the practical joke that his friends make. Okay, the friends used to make fun of him, but he thought on that day he escaped from that, but not. Okay, however, he ends up being the victim of his own watchfulness. Okay, he was a overcautious man, but that on that day the event became so funny. We will see what is that. Now all of you turn your book to page number 53. Page number 53. An uncomfortable bed. Start here. Our perceptions or the ideas or beliefs we have as a result of how we see or understand things. Okay, so our perception means our opinion, நம்மளுடைய கருத்துக்கள். Okay, or the ideas or beliefs we have as a result of how we see and understand things. Okay, நம்மளுடைய கருத்துக்கள், நம்மளுடைய ஒப்பீனியன்ஸ், அது வந்து நம்ம எப்படி பார்க்குறோமோ, how we see and understand things, it's all about in our eyes. Okay, நம்ம எப்படி பார்க்குறோம் ஒரு பொருள், அதை வச்சு தான் அது வந்து அமையும். Let's check our perception with a simple activity. Okay, there is an activity, so we will just look at those two pictures. Students, look at those two pictures, and which of the two black circles is bigger? Okay, you are noticing two black circles are there, and you have to say which black circle is bigger. So which one is bigger, first picture or second picture? Yes, when we see, we will feel the second one is bigger, right? But see the answer. The two black circles are in fact of the same size. Okay, both are same size. The bigger red circle makes the black circle appear smaller, whereas the smaller red circles make the black circle appear bigger. Okay, actually both that black circles are same size, but how we look. Okay, the first picture, the red circles appears bigger, so it makes to look the black circle smaller. Okay, in the second picture, the red dots are smaller, so it makes the black circle to appear big. Okay, that is the difference. So it's all about how we see and understand things. Okay, next, in the same page, let's start our lesson. Let's read a story about how a man's perceptions about his friends led to a hilarious outcome. Okay, so let us read a story about a man, that is our narrator, our author. Perception, his opinion about his friends led to a hilarious outcome. That means the outcome was very funny, very hilarious. Okay, it is a funny story. So we will read and we will enjoy. Okay, students, let's start. One autumn, I went to stay for the hunting season with some friends in a chateau in Picardy. Okay, so it is autumn season. I went to stay. The narrator went to some place for hunting season. It is a hunting season. So in the French, this story is actually from the French society. French நாட்டில் இருந்து எழுதப்பட்ட ஒரு கதை. So in the French society, hunting is normal. So during autumn season, friends used to gather and they will go for hunting. Same way, this narrator also, he went to hunt with his friends in chateau. What is mean by chateau? In the word bank, you can see a castle or large country house in France. Okay, this is chateau. In the France country, there will be a large houses they used to have. So his friends, they were gathered there in Picardy. That means a place is situated in France. My friends were fond of practical joking, as all my friends are. I do not care to know any other sort of people. Okay, so his friends were fond, that means they were like to do practical joking. What is meant by practical joking? It is nothing but to make someone fool, a joke that is intended to make someone fool. Okay, so whenever his friends whenever his friends gathers, they will just make fun of others. Okay, in prank, have you heard the word prank? It is a joke just to make someone fool. Okay, so his friends also, they were very much wanted to make the practical joke, and all his friends were interested in that. And what happened? I do not care to know any other sort of people. Okay, the persons, those who couldn't make jokes were not the author's friend. Okay, so those who were his friends are very naughty and they like to make practical joke. Next para. When I arrived, they gave me a princely reception, which at once aroused distrust in my breast. They embraced me, they cajoled me as if they expected to have great fun at my expense. Okay, so what is meant by cajoled here? Persuaded someone to do something by flattering them. Okay, so here when the author he arrived, they gave him a princely reception. அவருக்கு வந்து ஒரு கிராண்ட் வெல்கம் கொடுக்குறாங்க. அந்த நரேட்டர் வரும்போது அந்த பிக் ஹவுஸில் அவரோட ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து ஒரு கிராண்ட் வெல்கம் கொடுக்குறாங்க. ஸோ பை லுக்கிங் அட் திஸ் இட் செல்ஃப் he was distressed them. Okay, அதுவே அவருக்கு வந்து அந்த ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் மேலே ஒரு நம்பிக்கை இழக்க செஞ்சுது. இவங்க ஏதோ சரியாக ஒரு பிளான் பண்ணி வச்சுருக்காங்க அப்படின்ற ஒரு எண்ணத்தோடையே அவங்கள பார்க்க ஆரம்பிக்கிறாரு. ஓகே ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், பேஜ் நம்பர் 54. I said to myself, look out, old ferret, they have something in preparation for you. Okay, so here the author said to himself, தனக்கு தானே சொல்லிக் கொள்கிறாரு, look out, okay, be careful, old ferret, that means a small aggressive animal. Okay, look out, careful, they have something in preparation for you. அவங்க உனக்கு ஏதோ ஒன்று ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கிறாங்க. Because of the grand welcome he got from his friends, he was now want to be very cautious, and he said to himself, be careful. Next, during the dinner, the mirth was excessive, far too great in fact. Okay, so during the dinner, while they were eating, the mirth, that means the fun, the amusement was excessive. That means it was far extreme, too extreme and too great in fact. Okay, none like other days, the fun was on that day it was too much, and that also made the author, the narrator, to be more cautious. Okay, next, I thought, here are people who take a double share of amusement, and apparently without reason. They must be looking out in their own minds for some good bit of fun. Assuredly, I am to be the victim of the joke. Attention. Okay, so he is saying that here people are going to who take the double share of amusement, and apparently without reason. Okay, without any reason they will make just fun, and they must be looking out in their own minds for some bit of fun. Assuredly, I am not be the victim of one. Okay, surely they will plan and they will make any person to be the victim of the fun. Okay, யாராவது ஒரு ஆளை கண்டிப்பாக அவங்க ஃபன் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ ஐ ஆம் நாட் பி த பர்சன், நானாக அது இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஸோ பி அட்டென்ஷன், பி வெரி கேர்ஃபுல் அப்படின்னு தன்னை ஒவ்வொரு விஷயத்துலையும் கவனமாக பார்த்து உட்கார்ந்துருக்காரு. சேம் பேஜ். நெக்ஸ்ட், during the entire evening everyone laughed in exaggerated fashion. I smelled a practical joke in the air, as a dog smells game. Okay, so during the entire evening they had dinner, and after the periods when they were laughed together in exaggerated, that means made to me seem longer, better, worse, or more important than it is really is or needs to be. Okay, in a great manner. என்னைக்கும் இல்லாமல் அன்னைக்கு வந்து அவங்களோட சந்தோஷம் வந்து ரொம்ப அதிகமாக இருந்துச்சு. they were in a mood to fun, they were enjoying so much. But this author was so cautious. I smelled a practical joke in the air as a dog smells game. Okay, ஒரு நாய் வந்து இன்னொரு அனிமல் எப்படி ஸ்மெல் பிடிக்குமோ அந்த மாதிரி he was smelled the practical joke in the air. ஏதோ ஒன்று நடக்க போகுது அப்படின்னு நினச்சிட்டே இருக்காரு. Next line, but what was it? I was watchful, restless. Okay, now he was very careful and he was restless, he was not free. I did not let a word or a meaning or a gesture escape me. Everyone seemed to me an object of suspicion, and I even looked distressfully at the faces of the servants. Okay, so when he looks his friends or he look at the servants in the home, to whomever he looked, he was suspicion. That means யாரை பார்த்தாலும் இவர் சந்தேகத்தோடனே பார்க்காரு. இந்த ஆள் மூலம் நம்மளை காமெடி பண்ணிடுவாங்களோ, இவங்கள மூலம் நம்மளை ஃபன் பண்ணிடுவாங்களோ அப்படின்னு he was very over cautious. Okay, he was distrustful. யாரையுமே அவர் நம்பாமல் எல்லாரையும் சுற்றி சுற்றி பார்த்துட்டே இருக்காரு. Next, the hour rang for going to bed, and the whole household came to exhort me to my room. Okay, so it was the time to sleep, and the whole household, all the people, his friends and the people those who are in the house, all of them, they came as an escort, that means as a bodyguard, to his room. Why they called to me good night. I entered the apartment, shut the door, and remained standing without moving a single step, holding the wax candle in my hand. Okay, so now what happening? All his friends were said good night, and now he was entering his room. Now the author was shut the door and he was remained standing near the door. Okay, கதவு சாத்திட்டு கதவு பக்கத்திலே நின்னுட்டு இருக்காரு, without moving a single step, holding a wax handle in my hand. He was just holding a candle in his hand. I heard laughter and whispering in the corridor. Without doubt they were spying on me. Okay, now he was thinking, he was just standing near the door so that he could hear what is happening outside the door. Okay, outside the veranda, in the corridor. So they were just his friends were laughing and they were talking. Okay, he was just thinking that they were talking about him. Without doubt they were spying on me. Okay, now he was thinking, கண்டிப்பாக அவங்க வந்து என்னை வாட்ச் பண்ணிகிட்டே தான் இருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறாரு. I cast a glance around the walls, the furniture, the ceiling, the hangings, the floor. I saw nothing to justify suspicion. I heard persons moving about outside my door. I had no doubt they were looking through the keyhole. Okay, so I cast a glance around the walls. Now he is just taking a overlook to the room. Okay, everywhere he was looking the around the walls, எல்லா சுவரையும் சுற்றி பார்க்குறாரு. the furnitures, the ceilings, மேலே ரூமுக்கு மேலே பார்க்குறாரு, and hangings, எதெல்லாம் பொருள் தொங்கிட்டு இருக்கோ அதெல்லாம் பார்க்குறாரு, and the floor. Okay, everywhere he was looking inside the room, but he saw nothing to justify suspicion. but அங்கே சந்தேகத்துக்குரிய விதத்தில் எதுவுமே இல்லை. I heard persons moving about outside my door. Okay, still outside his door some people were walking, so it made him to think that they were looking through the keyhole. Okay, அந்த கதவுல இருக்கிற அந்த சின்ன ஓட்ட வழி அவங்க வந்து என்ன இன்னும் வாட்ச் பண்ணிட்டு தான் இருக்கிறாங்க அப்படின்னு வந்து இவர் நினைக்கிறாரு. So let's turn to next page number 55. An idea came into my head. My candle may suddenly go out and leave me in darkness. Okay, ஸோ சடன்லி ஒரு ஐடியா வந்து அவருக்கு வந்துச்சு, சீக்கிரம் இந்த என் கையில் இருக்க கேண்டில் வந்து அணைஞ்சிரும், அப்புறம் இந்த ரூம் வந்து இருட்டாயிரும் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறாரு. Then I went across to the mantelpiece and lighted all the wax candles that were on it. Okay, now he was just went across near to the mantelpiece. Mantel means it is a shelf that projects from the wall above. Okay, it is a fireplace. It is a shelf. So there were so many candles. So he just went and lighted all the candles. After that, I cast another glance around me without discovering anything. I advanced with short steps, carefully examining the apartment. Nothing. So he was just looking over again and again throughout the room. Everywhere he was just looking out, but he did not find anything suspicious. அவருக்கு சந்தேகப்படும்படியா எதுவுமே இல்லை. I inspected every article one after the another, still nothing. I went over to the window. The shutters, large wooden shutters, were opened. I shut them with great care and then drew the curtains, enormous velvet curtains, and I placed a chair in front of them so as to have nothing to fear from without. Okay, so now he was just looking all the shutters, that means the windows, okay, big wooden windows were opened. So he thought to close the windows. He just pulled all the curtains and the big velvet enormous curtain, okay, a big large curtains. He was just pulled everything down and he was just covered. Now the room was in full dark. Okay, he just shut everything closed and now he feels that he is safe. Next para. Then I cautiously sat down. The armchair was solid. There was a chair and now he was sitting. Armchair means there is a chair with arm and it was solid, it was strong. Okay, so trusting the chair, he was just sat down. I did not venture to get into the bed. Okay, so he was just sitting on the chair, but he did not move to the bed. Venture means he did not move to the bed. However, time was flying and I ended by coming to the conclusion that I was ridiculous. If they were spying on me, as I suppose they must, while waiting for the success of the joke they had been preparing for me, have been laughing enormously at my terror. Okay, so now the time was just flying, நேரம் ஆகிட்டே இருக்கு, and I ended, now he came to a conclusion. Okay, now he was thinking that he was realizing that just he is acting silly. Okay, நான் இப்படி பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறது ஒரு சில்லியான விஷயமா இருக்கு, it was ridiculous. So he thought, okay, whatever it's happening, let it happen, but I must be cautious and எனக்காக அவங்க ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கிறது எனக்கு நடக்காமல் பார்த்துக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி இன்னும் ஓவர் காஷியஸாக இருக்கிறாரு. அண்ட் நெக்ஸ்ட் லைன். ஸோ ஐ மேட் அப் மை மைண்ட் டு கோ டு பெட், பட் த பெட் வாஸ் பர்டிகுலர்லி, ஸோ நவ் ஹி வாஸ் ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் டு த பெட். Mind to go to bed, but the bed was particularly suspicious looking. Okay, but now when he went near to the bed, it looks suspicious. Okay, adu avrukku sandhegatha koduthuchu. I pulled at the curtains, they seemed to be secure. Okay, so in the bed there was a curtains around it, so he just pulled it and it was secure, adu vandu protected, it was adu vandu பாதுகாப்பா இருக்கு. All the same, there was danger. I was going perhaps to receive a cold shower bath from overhead, or perhaps the moment I stretched myself out to find myself sinking under the floor with my mattress. I searched in my memory for all the practical jokes of which I ever had experienced, and I did not want to be caught. Certainly not, certainly not. Then I suddenly bethought myself of a precaution when I considered one of my extreme efficacy. Okay, I caught hold of the side of the mattress gingerly and very slowly drew it toward me. It came away, followed by the sheet and the rest of the bedclothes. I dragged all the objects into the very middle of the room facing the entrance room. I made my bed over again. Okay, so now he was just um, uh, he did not get any assurance of the bed, so he wanted to be very cautious, and standing there he was just thinking about the previous things which happened because of his friends. Okay, and so many times he was just experienced, and he was the victim of the practical joke. So now he doesn't want to be the victim of the practical joke. So he said, certainly not this time. I should be very precautious. I should be very careful that I should not be caught. So what he thought, he just pulled the mattress. Okay, அவருடைய அந்த படுக்கை, அவருடைய பெட்டை அந்த கட்டிலேருந்து அப்படியே இழுத்துட்டு he was just dragging and putting it in the middle of the room. Okay, அப்படியே அந்த கட்டில் இருக்க வேண்டிய அந்த இடத்துல இருந்து அந்த மேட்ரஸ் அப்படியே இழுத்துட்டு அவர் நடு ரூமில் கொண்டு கீழே போட்டிருக்காரு. and he dragged all those objects into the very middle of the room. அதில் அந்த பெட்ஷீட்டு, pillows, everything he was just pulled and he placed it on the middle of the room and facing the entrance door. Okay, where his bed was, it was just facing the entrance door, and he made his bed there. Okay students, so today we will end up here, and the next page and the rest we will see in next video. Okay, now let's all write our class works. Take your class work and write it down. Write the heading and today's date, chapter 4 uncomfortable bed, and write today's date. Then new words, Tamil meaning: perception, கருத்து; amusement, கேளிக்கை; suspicion, சந்தேகம்; suffocate, மூச்சு திணறல். Okay, write it down, write fast. Chapter 4 an uncomfortable bed, new words. So perception means கருத்து, amusement கேளிக்கை, suspicion means சந்தேகம், suffocate means மூச்சு திணறல். Okay students, let's move on. Synonyms. First one, mirth, amusement; exaggerated, made to seem larger, better, worse, or more important than it really is. Efficacy, the ability of something to produce the results that are wanted. Sideboard, closet; interlude, temporary amusement. And valet, manservant. Valet means manservant. Write it down, write neatly, write fast. Mirth, amusement, exaggerated, made to seem larger, better, worse, or more important than it really is. Efficacy, the ability of something to produce the results that are wanted. Sideboard, closet. Interlude, temporary amusement. Valet, manservant. You have to study these synonyms, antonyms and new words. So after writing this, let's move on to write our antonyms. Antonyms, first one, enormous, tiny, shut, open, arrive, depart, escape, capture. Opposite of enormous, a large means tiny. Shut opposite open, arrive opposite depart, escape opposite capture. So if you are not get enough time to write the classwork, just pause the videos and write it, okay? Don't skip the video, you can just pause it and write it down. Write neatly, don't keep your note incomplete. It must be completed. I'll read out once again. Antonyms, enormous, opposite tiny, shut opposite open, arrive opposite departure, escape opposite capture. After writing this, let's move on. One more is there. Embrace means distrust. Embrace opposite distrust. Embrace distrust. Okay, next. Today's homework. Study the classworks and read the full lesson and complete the following. Okay, in your book, page number 57, fill in the blanks. Have you seen? This is your homework. And write down the synonyms in your homework note. Efficacy, exaggerated, mirth, valet, interlude. This one you should write it in your homework note, synonyms. And read and answer, fill in the blanks. You have to write it in the book itself. Okay, first you have to read the full lesson, then you have to complete the fill up. First one, when the narrator arrived at the chateau, his friends received him in a dash manner. Second one, the narrator spent the day preparing himself to be the dash of a practical joke. The narrator sat down dash on the solid armchair. The valet was quiet dash at how the events of the morning had unfolded. You have to read the full lesson and complete the fill-ups, and these synonyms you need to write it in your homework note. As well as you have to study today's classwork. Okay, the Tamil words, Tamil meaning, synonyms and antonyms you have to study. So note the homework. After writing this homework, you have to click a photo and send it through WhatsApp. Okay students, that's all for today, and today we have seen chapter 4 part 1, and the remaining part of the lesson we will see in next. We will meet soon part 2 in next video. Until then, thank you. Take care, stay home, stay safe.